All right, good morning, YouTube. Just getting ready to start my shift here. Top of the morning to you. Back in Statesville, North Carolina right now. Got a nice trip. Picked up yesterday. Let me take a look at my map here real quick. Got some miles to do today. Heading over towards Sherman, Texas. Definitely won't make it there today. Got about 1,000 miles altogether to go. Got some coffee here. Get the text-to-speech program up and running here. Oh, sinuses are all stuffy today. All right, I think I got the text-to-speech going. Get this plugged in. All right, let's hit the road. Well, if I can remember how to get back to the highway. Oh. Oh, that was a pretty short green light.
Turn left on US 64 East Knoxville Highway, then turn left.
Currently in Statesville, North Carolina. Heading on over in the direction of Sherman, Texas, so definitely won't make it today. Oh. I must have been sleeping upside down or something. Well, hey, that was a pretty quick red light too. Not too shabby. Don't have a super heavy load on today, so that's pretty cool. I should be able to pull any and all hills pretty quick. All right,
Rod 83 said hi. Tiffy Poo says, what's up to
Turn
tonight?
left on Old Knoxville Road, Route 21.
Hey, Miles. Hi, Tiffy. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, not sure what's up tonight yet. This is morning for me, technically, so just getting my shift started here. All right. So I like the traffic lights in this town. It's pretty cool. So if you notice when making this left turn here, you got two turn lanes, two left turn lanes there. So when I'm in a semi-truck with the trailer, I always want to take that outside lane or I will not clear the traffic coming the other direction on the left.
Rod 83 says cool. Tiffy Poo says, I am just curious, why are you streaming?
Oh, just for something to do, entertainment. Share what I do with everyone, some of the challenges in a semi-truck. Also some safety related things, stuff people might not know. Just to kind of make things a little more common knowledge, I guess. All right, getting on Interstate 40 right now. Just in Statesville, North Carolina.
Tiffy Poo says, that's solid. I respect that.
Oh, thanks.
Miles Rod 83 says, what kind of semi do you have?
Right now I'm in a 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. It's got just under 150,000 miles on it,
2 lanes to stay on I-40 West.
which sounds like a lot of miles, but that's only about 1 year's worth of miles on a semi truck. So about 130 to 150,000 miles a year on over the road truck is about average par for the course. Hey Tiffy, it kind of helps me pass the time going down the highway too. So I got this, that is my collision warning going off for some reason. Kind of having some phantom visions there. But it's so cool chatting with people from not just all over the US, but all over the world going down to the highway. I got some people from Australia that get on here often, India. I got some like regular people who check out the live stream. So just to be able to chat with random people from across the world, and that's super cool. So, and if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably just be on the phone talking to my friends going down the highway anyways, which is what I'll be doing after I get done with the live stream. So I'm gonna try to run 2 live streams today. I usually run these for about 2 to 3 hours at a time. Basically, however long the battery lasts on my cell phone. I gotta charge it up and we'll run another one. Then I can talk to my friends on the phone while it's charging, so it makes for a great day. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to come on here several times a week. It's kind of hard to announce ahead of time when I'm going to be able to do it. There's a lot of things that need to fall into place.
MileSprod83 says, what time is it for you?
Right now I'm in the Eastern time zone, so I'm on Eastern Daylight Time. It is approximately 3 a.m. where I'm currently at. And then where I'm heading to, I'll be delivering on Central Daylight Time. So right now it's only 2 a.m. Central. I'm in Eastern, so it's 3 a.m. I am an over-the-road driver. I do run all 48 states. Just started with this company a couple weeks ago.
MileSprod83 says, where are you heading? Parabellum says, where are you going right now?
I'm heading.
Tell me, please.
I'm heading to Texas, Sherman, Texas. So as soon as we get outside of Statesville, North Carolina here, my speed limit should bounce back up to 70.
Parabellum says, okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
UT, what place?
So I got a big mountain area to go through this morning as well. Not sure how well my signal's going to hold up going through there. We're going to probably keep the stream running when we get to it. But Asheville, North Carolina, 20-some, 30-some miles. It's been years since I've been there too. Been a long time. Tight 30, 40 mile an hour curves for a good 25 or 30 mile stretch. I think there's a couple tunnels in there.
Okay, thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome, Parabellum. Thanks for joining in. So as I was saying, I do come on here several times a week whenever I get the chance to. It's super cool to be driving down a highway and chatting with people from all over the world and share what I do for a living. Maybe bridge some gap between cars and trucks.
MileSprod83 says, I suck.
Thanks, Miles. Appreciate it, man. I do post a lot of other short videos and long videos whenever interesting stuff happens and whenever I have time to edit this stuff.
Says, I subdued too.
Oh, thanks, Parabellum. Got a 65 mile an hour speed limit now. So I got a ton of footage yesterday. I think I got 11 clips, some of them longer clips, and probably going to take a couple days to be able to get to those, to edit those. So what I really want to do is do like a daily video, kind of like a vlog.
Have you ever been in Washington State?
I have. It's been a long time. I used to run team doubles, which is 2 trailers for FedEx Ground.
RS27SN says watching you from Cebu, Philippines. Sarah
nice.
says I'm in Michigan. SUMITBHATTV1Y says dash cam footages.
Yeah, good morning, Michigan. Good morning, Philippines. Or it might not be the morning in the Philippines. So good, whatever it is there to you. Thanks for joining the live stream. So yeah, trying to edit these videos, and I do work 12 to 14 hours a day. I can drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period, work 70 hours in an 8-day period. So I usually come out for at least 4 to 6 weeks at a time. I go to work for, drive all over the country, and I've been out for a couple weeks now. Just started with this company too, so I'm doing a recap hours now, so I'm kind of always in a low hour situation. Yesterday when I wrapped my shift up, I had like an hour and 45 minutes left on my 70-hour weekly clock, but on day 9 I get the hours back that I worked 8 days ago, so kind of a bit complicated to keep track of. And
Rod 83 says, how long have you been trucking? Sarah Bellum says, why did the robot read the comments say?
Well, this text-to-speech program I have, it's just not, it's not a very advanced program, I guess. So I guess they don't have an AI version of this text-to-speech program here. So, and actually, I pay for it too. YouTube has one that's like a free service to do, but for some reason I got kicked out of that one. Can't link that one up to it again for some reason.
83 says, how long?
I've been driving for almost 20 years, so I got just under maybe about 1.8 million safe miles that I've driven, so no incidents or accidents. No preventable incidents and accidents in that time frame and mileage frame there. So I do love.
Bellum says, why does the robot read the comments so late? SUMITBHATTV1Y says it's necessary as well for driving safely.
Yeah, definitely. If I didn't have the text-to-speech program, I would not be able to view the comments, see any of your comments, respond to any of the comments. I know the audio sucks on it, but it's kind of what I have to work with at this point. Got a way station coming up here in another mile or so. That was that little sound you heard.
Says HII.
Hello, welcome to the live stream. I don't know why there's a delay with the comments or whatever. Probably just the internal workings of the app for the text to stream and the YouTube app. So 1 mile for this way station. A lot of times these are not open at this hour, but you never know. You don't want to miss an open way station. That's could be a pretty hefty fine depending on where you're at. A fine I've received before. I missed an open way station in Iowa Easter weekend one time, and that was about 12 years ago, 11, 12 years ago.
978 yards.
I can see the I'm not sure I understand the question, Parabellum. Or Sarah. Whatever the question was about the 2 years, I'm not quite sure what you're asking.
Milas Rod 83 says, what are you hauling?
I have, trying to think the best way to describe it.
Says that was supposed to fix the first comment about the end robot.
I have like some kind of like plastic wrap, shrink wrap, big industrial rolls of it. That's what I'm hauling today. Well, I was kind of hoping for 70-mile-an-hour speed limit, but I guess we're gonna have to deal with 65 miles an hour here. But yeah, I got some a lot of clips.
SUMITBHATTTB1Y says, is it a semi-truck?
Yep, it's a semi-truck. Got a 53-foot trailer. It's a dry van trailer, so it's not refrigerated.
22X says, can you give a shout out to my Mima and Papa, Nick and Gert? Snake 322X says Gertrude.
Good morning, Nick and Gertrude. So yeah, I do dry goods, non-perishable items. I don't do refrigerated. That's a pain in the butt to deal with food warehouses and stuff like that. So I prefer to keep it.
Can I also get a shout out? NT Hank you if you can say this.
Shout out to Sarah Bellum there. Good morning. Thanks for joining in.
Milas Rod 83 says, what's the longest trip you've done?
That's a good question. I think the longest trip I've run was from Sacramento, California to Cincinnati, Ohio. Probably
Sarah Bellum
2,200 miles. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah Bellum. Yeah, I think that's probably the longest one was...
Milas Rod 83 says OMG.
Yeah, those trips are hard to come by. I haven't been to California since 2012.
Says, wow.
Yeah, I was owner-operator. I owned my own truck from 2012 to 2016, and because it did not have a DPF, which is a diesel particulate filter, which is some kind of extra EPA stuff they started putting on trucks, where you need to have that DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid in there. My truck did not have that, so after, well, December 31st of 2012, my truck was no longer legal to drive in California. So, you know, that Sacramento to Cincinnati was probably in 2012. So. So just a heads up, if I do lose signal,
Meredith 302 says a bit of Johnny Cash would hit the spot right now.
yeah, no kidding, man. I wish I could play some of that.
People are here in this live stream. And John Braha Rensley.
Yeah, the music licensing for the social media stuff is pretty ridiculous. So I'm on Facebook.
Miles Fraud 83 says okay, Ema go. Cerebellum says sorry. I use the microphone. I also use the microphone for bests. This.
So I also got a Facebook page and everything, and it's because I'm monetized on there. If I want to use any music, I gotta buy a license, and then even if I buy a license,
says I am gonna go.
All right, Miles, thanks for joining in, bud. Hopefully we'll chat at you again soon sometime.
7 says hello, bro.
What's up, Jesus?
Miles Fraud 83 says safe travels.
You got it, buddy. Thank you, man. We'll chat with you next time for sure. So yeah, on the music licensing side of things, it's pretty ridiculous. Even I have a couple videos where I use some songs and bought a license for it, and it still gets flagged in the system, and never gets fed into the algorithm because of it, even though I paid the licensing fee. And so I'm pretty much against doing that anymore.
Okay, you will go. And can you now? Happy Meredith 302 says greetings from Turkey.
Oh, hello, Turkey. Welcome to the live stream. Ooh, there goes the sheriff right there. So, like I was saying, when we get to these mountains, huge mountain range, I gotta travel through in near Asheville. If I do lose my signal there, I will be trying to come back on later in the morning. So I can't restart.
Stephen Evangelist 5221 says question. Happy Meredith 302 says I lived in California for a long time. I love America.
Was there a question there? Good morning, California. Welcome to the live stream.
Stephen Evangelist 5221 says, have you seen flock cameras?
I guess I don't really look for them. I don't pay that close attention to them. I know what they are. I've seen them, all the news stories on them and everything. So it's just the next round of New World Order, pretty much. So.
Cerebellum says, wait, I deleted that. NWHY, did it still play NHUH? Stephen Evangelist 5221 says okay. Jimbo QV5 says I love Nick Gertz.
Oh, okay. I think I see what you're doing with that Nick stuff. So that's not cool, man. So if I do lose the signal going up these mountains here, probably got another hour before I even get to them. But
Evangelist 5221 says safe travels. Happy Meredith 302
thanks,
says
Steven.
I miss American Spirit cigarettes. Spots99 says hello. Watching from India. RS7SN says any opinion or personal interaction with foreign truck drivers. Spots99 says what time is it now?
It's about 20 after 3 in the morning. I'm in North Carolina in the United States on Eastern Daylight Time right now. Be switching over to Central here, and now we've got a few hundred miles till that. But oh yeah, definitely a lot of interest in foreign truck drivers. So I hope one day maybe I can get big enough on social where I might be able to get a TV show on the Travel Channel or something, where I go all around the world and trying to drive trucks and all the different places, you know, all the different equipment, all the different roads, you know, some of them with the steering wheel on the other side of the vehicle. I think that would be super cool. And to get to hang out with the drivers in those other countries.
7 says type shit.
Yeah, and get to hang out with all the other drivers and stuff from around the world.
99 says 9 hours 30 minutes ahead of you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a pretty big time difference. So is it, what is today? I don't even remember what day it is half the time where I'm at. It's Tuesday morning for me. Does that mean it's Tuesday night for you? That's my distance warning you're hearing going there. I don't have enough following distance according to my truck's computer with this truck in front of me. This is, they're going 65. I'm going to kick it up to 68 miles an hour here. Even though we're in a 65 mile an hour zone.
Says Tuesday afternoon, 12:51 p.m. IST.
Oh, cool.
Jimbo QB5 says trucking with trans men. I tried wearing my mask indoors. 501 says greetings from Saturn.
Saturn? Good morning, Saturn. Sweet.
Cerebellum says Sports 99. Says hello.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, going a little fast now.
YouTube 8007 says I get my banana on her daily. Queensgate 1171 says hey.
Hey, what's up, Queensgate?
Johnny_D_12 says hi Johnny D. I'm Johnny.
What's up, Johnny?
D.
Oh, welcome. Welcome to the live stream, Johnny.
Queensgate 1171 says got my new help in here.
Oh, cool. It's training day, I guess.
Tony Fraser 475 says hi good morning sir.
Hi, Tony. Welcome to the live stream. So if you're just joining in, currently driving just outside of Statesville, North Carolina right now.
The 8007 says this voice is the T1000 pullover now driver.
Yeah, it's a pretty annoying voice. Hopefully I'll be able to find a different program that has a little better sounding voice.
71 says it's a woman though. She can drive a forklift already.
Oh wow, that's cool. I cannot drive a forklift. I would probably destroy an entire warehouse if I tried. I could back this truck and trailer up into the tightest spots anywhere, but I am no good on a forklift.
Tony Fraser 475 says lol.
Yeah, I just
Jimbo QB5 says my name is Night Industries 2000. Kid if you prefer.
I don't like how the wheels on a forklift turn because they're in the back. The back wheels are turning. That's weird to me. I just can't wrap my brain around it.
Cerebellum says I was copying the robot.
Cool. So currently, let me see. I can look at my logbook, see how long I'm driving here. Now it's about 30 minutes west of Statesville, North Carolina right now, heading Interstate 40. On my way to Sherman, Texas.
B_12 says B555 speech test.
So we got about, I ended up going 230 miles empty to go pick this load up. And it's about 1,000 miles loaded, so that's about a 1,230 mile trip altogether. That's the longest trip I've had in quite some time, so I'm grateful for it. I could do live streams easier when I get the longer trips and everything, so I don't have to navigate, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 sets of directions and lug this trailer into 4, 5, or 6 tight spots every day. So it definitely makes it a lot easier to be able to do the live streams. Plus, it's I get paid by the mile, so if I'm doing anything other than driving miles, like what the man, So I think I'm finally on with a decent trucking company where I'll be a little bit happier here than I've been the previous couple jobs I've had. So. But yeah, pretty excited to be going to Texas. I was out in Texas back in I think it was back in March, end of February, early March. So you got a heat wave going through there now. I looked at the weather yesterday. The high temperature in Dallas, which I'll be going north of Dallas, the actual temperature was 110 degrees. So I don't even know what the heat index would have been with that. So 120, 125 maybe. So Southwest is
Johnny
heated up right now.
_12 says B555 thank you for the haul.
Oh, thanks man, appreciate it. I love what I do though, so I get to see basically the whole country, and every once in a while I have to do a restart, take 34 hours off to restart my hours. I could jump in an Uber and go check out wherever I'm at, go see a comedy show, shoot some pool, go see a movie. Back in, maybe it was March. Last time I was in Texas, I had to do a 34-hour restart, and I went, my friends have been telling me to check it out for the better part of 20 years, and I hadn't done it yet, but I went to the Fort Worth Stockyards, which is, and they're not really no function as stockyards anymore. It's like a shopping and historical kind of site, and but they do like a cattle run down the street a couple times a day. I cut a few-minute video together of my trip there. It was on a few months ago now, so every once in a while I get to check out whatever area I'm in and go explore and everything, so
Johnny
super cool to be able to get to do that.
_12 says I'm considering a CDL, but it's hard to give up the weed. Maybe one day the federal government will relax on the weed laws. Chris LeBlanc 5042 says red truck. Are you driving for Armor?
No, I'm not. I can't actually tell you who I drive for. I have to keep that information close to my vest because they have no idea I do any of this stuff. So with the live streaming and social media, so it could be a problem if they find out. So I'm gonna kick that can down the road as far as I can.
Cerebellum.
It's not that big of a company though.
When will the V-Live stream? Nan.
So, yeah, as far as the marijuana and weed goes, even if the federal government
Johnny
drops that.
B_12 says one thing to cover yourself is unlist your streams when you're done.
Yeah, I like to make them public. I need to get a lot of viewing hours in so I can eventually get monetized on here. So you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of video watched in a 365-day period to get the invitation to get monetized. And at the end of February of next year, that 4,000 hours is going to turn into 8,000 hours. So I spend a lot of money on equipment. It's a couple $100 a month just for the cell phone package I have to be able to handle this amount of data. So it'd be nice to get some of my expenses recouped. So that's why if I don't set it to public views, I don't get credit for any of the time that's spent watching this. And the short videos I put on does not count towards those 4,000 hours either. So it's really, really difficult to get monetized on YouTube, but Dangerously is not my real last name either, so it's just kind of a nickname. I don't work for that big of a company, so I should be okay for a while. Then if it does become a problem, I can always go buy my own truck and not have to worry about anybody giving me any shit either. So my 401k is healthy enough. I can take a loan from that if I need, but really don't want to do that. I was an owner-operator before, and just so much stuff I got to pay attention to. It's almost impossible to do the streaming and stuff like that and focus on fuel prices, if the taxes and all that rigmarole. A lot of paperwork, a lot of hassle. So let's go back to the weed. You were talking about marijuana. You're hoping the federal government relaxes the rules on that.
_12 says fair enough. In that case, then you just don't talk about who you work for or what you're hauling.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Try not to film inside your customer.
Yep, I try to not do any of that. So I have a whole routine of stuff I pay attention to. Even when I'm filming outside the truck, I gotta watch logos and names in the background, even reflections. So getting pretty good at it though. But never know. One slip up could cost me my job.
1171 says if you buy a truck, get a cab over Freightliner.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Whatever truck, excuse me. Sinuses are all stuffed up this morning. Going up and down hills over the weekend, catching up with me here. So, yeah, but if I do buy another truck, and it's going to be a lot of attention paid to what the fuel mileage is on it. So, those cab overs, I'm sure they have new aerodynamic technologies they put on some of the newer ones they do or whatever. But, I know like the long nose Peterbilts and, long nose Freightliners and stuff, those things get horrible fuel mileage. So, like the difference from like 5 miles a gallon to 7 miles a gallon is, depending on what the fuel prices are, is between like $30,000 and $50,000 a year more for that 5 mile a gallon truck. So those are real numbers. So back to the fella that was saying he was thinking about getting a CDL, but I just can't get away from the weed and the marijuana, and hoping the federal government relaxes the rules on that. Unfortunately, I'm rather certain if the feds ever do drop that, most of the trucking companies will not. So not only do you got to pass a urine test out here, a lot of these companies do hair follicle tests I know some companies that do nail tests. They'll clip your fingernails
John
and do a.
says he isn't getting his CDL.
Well, you can get one, but you just might never get a job with it.
Pop-Tart Gun Trucking says he's screwed.
Pretty much, yeah. What Pop-Tart said. Yeah, there's zero tolerance for any of that stuff. Even if you got a DUI, I mean, you're shut out of trucking probably for at least 5 years, maybe close to 10 years. And same for any type of failed drug screen or whatever. You're looking, any decent company that pays a decent wage probably won't touch you for 10 years. Definitely 5 to 10 years. Now, there are what they call SAP companies out there, which are substance abuse program, whatever, but you're going to be making half the money what everyone else is making. So, and when you're working 70 hours a week, 14 hours a day for that shit money, it ain't worth it. So, any SAP company out there that hires SAP drivers they're just fraud and scam. And, looking to take advantage of you. So, and they don't care about safety either, which should bother you.
Chad_vibe says I moved out of the way for a big semi truck tonight and he winked his lights at me.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I always try to reciprocate in those scenarios. I do lose my temper sometimes. I mean, it's just natural where I'm going to be out here for 10, 11 hours a day. I'm probably going to get frustrated at some point, but I really do try to be mindful of all the cars on the road and be a good ambassador for, bridging the gap between cars and trucks and trying to get along with everyone out here. So, like when a car pisses me off and, I lose my mind and rage a bit, I don't go be a dick to all the other cars for the rest of the day or anything. I don't take it out on all, anyone else that didn't have anything to do with the guy that ticked me off or whatever. So, it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous driving cars, driving trucks. Then when you get cars and trucks, that's just a recipe for disaster. So you got to drive defensively, be chill. Sometimes I lose my chill. I try not to. I put a video up a couple days ago where I lost my temper, so.
Sarah Bellum says I'm back. Hello.
Hi, welcome back, Sarah. Morning, Pop-Tart. How are you today? I enjoyed my time going over to Greenville, North Carolina. So that was
Pop-Tart Gun Trucking says 50.
Cool. Yeah, it was a nice drive out to Greenville yesterday. So I left out about I think about 4:30 in the morning or whatever, headed over there. They were cleaning up some construction. Forget where I was, maybe around Durham or something. No, it wasn't Durham, it was past there. Whatever was east of Raleigh there. So, but other than that, man, it was a nice laid back drive, beautiful morning. I had to go pick a load up in Mocksville, North Carolina, on my way to Sherman, Texas now. So finally got to run.
Bellum says, what will you need on the highway? And please tell me.
Oh, I usually stop at Walmart's once a week and try to get some prepared meals. So I eat a lot of these Taylor Farms meals, which, the Taylor Farms lettuce was just in the news recently, but they have these like teriyaki salmon meals, these Southwestern chicken rice deals and Mediterranean meals. So I try to get some of those, eat a lot of chicken, eat a lot of fish, try to keep it healthy. Every once in a while I succumb to the urges to get a greasy burger. So, but I'm 48 years old, so if I don't watch what I eat, you know, it's got definite negative health consequences. So I'm trying to be better with that. Lost 25 pounds since March, so I'm trying to lose another 25. I'm not super overweight, but my back is horrible, so I have to get weight off of my torso, or I won't be able to drive more than a couple years or so. So I'm trying to prolong my trucking life by losing that weight. So I've been had lots of trauma over the years. Dangerously, part of my name is not just a name. It's been a way of life. And yeah, I look back to all the people when I was younger and said, "Oh, you're gonna feel that when you get older." Yeah, they weren't lying. It catches up with you. It caught up with me. I was on a Live Fast, Die Young program and somehow screwed up the die young part. And now I'm paying the price for it every day.
Cerebellum says okay, but how do you do it? Only 1 week, you need more food.
Yeah, you know, I stop, you know, every 5 to 6, 7 days and restock, replenish the trucks. Unfortunately, ultra processed stuff as well, but yeah, a lot of like Progresso soups, camel soups.
Pop-Tart Don Trucking says you can switch to dispatching services.
Yeah, I don't think I want to put up with a bunch of truck drivers all day, every day. I'm not much of an office guy. I don't want to be in an office. I don't like walls. I don't like being boxed in. So can't rule it out though. But yeah, it would not be on my top 10 list of things I'd want to ever do. But it's important to keep an open mind now. So sometimes I got to do stuff I don't want to do. So. But yeah, going to Sherman, Texas. I mean, nice trip. It was 230 empty miles and about 1,000 loaded miles on this. I'll get there late morning, early afternoon tomorrow. I should be able to do 2 live streams today, so I'll probably come back on a couple hours after this one ends, just so I have time to charge my streaming phone up a bit. So just to give you a heads up though, I might run into some signal issues when I go through Asheville, going through the mountains there.
490 says, I remember when you would get absolutely loaded off Jim Beam. You would accuse Captain Planet of atrocities and tax fraud. The Whole Milk King 119 says, Grandma so mad sitting in that lawn chair, absolutely tanked, screaming obscenities in the middle of her living room for hours.
What? Yeah, I don't know if that happened and I just don't remember it because I was super drunk, or I forgot. It got me confused with someone else, but that's freaking hilarious.
Pop-Tart Gun Trucking says, can't imagine staring at 4 walls all day long. You write about that stuff, staring at 4 walls all night and day without a life, you write.
Yeah, I just, yeah, it's hard.
Cerebellum says you should be a school bus driver, you very cool.
I've never driven a school bus. That is one thing I will never do. Yeah, I like I don't know how to, word I'm looking for here. I like peace and serenity, and a busload of kids is not the path to that. So, but I tip my hat to anyone that does do that. It's a very important job.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, how about the little short yellow school bus? Queensgate 1171 says, I drove a school bus for 10 years. The Whole Milk King 419 says, do you remember when Grandma started to lose it and we were watching the VMAs and Michael Jackson came on and she accused him of being a blatant racist for wearing white face?
I do not remember it, so. But it sounds like it would have been an interesting night with Grandma if that did happen, so.
Queensgate 1171 says, mine was a short bus with a wheelchair lift.
Yeah, that's definitely different kind of one of those. I could probably do one of those, so. I have a brother that's disabled, so. That would definitely be more enticing to me than a long bus full of brats. So, but yeah, Pop-Tart, after being out here on the road for as long as I've been out here, I just couldn't imagine going inside, working inside anywhere. So
says, in this day and time, it's K through 12. The whole entire school is on one bus.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yep, nope,
Queensgate
not for me.
1171 says, yeah, it was great, plus a monitor on with me. The Whole Milk King 419 says, is there an e-brake or a handbrake, and if so, can we pull it?
A brake, a handbrake? I actually do not have a trailer handbrake on this tractor. The company I work for has pretty cheap equipment. They did not get any extra features than absolutely necessary on this. So, sure, they got all the AI technology on here, but not anything that could benefit me going down the road. But yeah, I'm not hitting any brakes going down the highway. Sorry, pal. I hit my air horn for you if you want.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, Greyhound, what about Greyhound? Hop on the dog.
No, I'll never drive Greyhound. I had to ride on a Greyhound recently, and what a miserable experience that was. Couldn't imagine driving one of them things. The company I'm driving for now, they
The Whole Milk King 419 says, your employer is currently spying on you, listening to your thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, I bet.
Well, if my employer is listening in, I probably won't be working here much longer.
Says, I believe that old truck in movie Duel had a handbrake.
Yeah, most of them do have a trailer handbrake. It definitely is useful to have, but I do not have one of those in my truck. Another thing I don't have in my truck is an air suspension gauge. So there's usually a gauge in most of these trucks where it measures the pressure that's on my fifth wheel. So I can use that gauge to determine about how heavy I am on that, and saves me from having to use a cat scale to get my axle weights. I do not have one of those in this truck, so definitely end up hitting up a cat scale more often than I want to. I mean, there was a time when I probably did not weigh more than a half a dozen trailers a year. I hated stopping to weigh my trailer because I don't get paid anything to do this stop. So, but that was before they had the weigh my cap. So that's one of the best inventions in trucking right there, is this weigh my truck
The
cap.
Milk King 419 says, let's practice jackknives.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Though I got this very curvy mountain range to deal with coming up here in probably, I don't know, not very long, 30, 40 minutes or so. 30, 40 mile an hour bends and curves. And the most craziest highway I've ever driven, you should Google this. And I didn't even mean to. I was trying to, it was back when Asheville, North Carolina had that rock slide. That big mountain slide took out the highway. So Interstate 40 was shut down for an extended period while they cleaned that up. So I was coming from the south, and it was actually US 40. My GPS was trying to take me. I confused it with Interstate 40. Got off this exit and ended up in the tail of the dragon. Holy crap, what a miserable, miserable experience. If you Google that, you'll see all the trucks crashed off the side of it. I think it was like 54 miles long or maybe 54 on all that. I mean, there's like 100 and some 180 degree curves on there. Absolutely harrowing experience, and a lot of truck drivers don't make it. There's no business having a truck on that road to begin with. I do remember the sign said not a recommended truck route.
Gun Trucking says time to break out the socks and boots for the camera lol. Cerebellum says my name is Theo, I am 6.
So, yeah, that tail of the dragon, man. That was back in 2010. I was only about a year into my solo driving career at that point. Never again on that, for sure. I forget what I was mentioning before that, so. But I do have this mountain range to deal with coming up here. Not sure if I'll be able to keep its signal through that stretch or not.
The Whole Milk King 419 says take this medicated toothpick and keep driving.
Whole Milk King, you're a funny dude, man. I like your sense of funny there. Yeah, if I do lose signal over this mountain range, I will be back on in a couple hours.
Hear about the trainer who got kicked off the truck by the trainee.
I don't think I did. I'm sure there's a lot of stories of that nature, though. So the company I drive for has this fuel optimizer stuff for buying fuel and getting diesel out here, and so I can't even decide where I buy fuel at. They make that decision for me. You know, they give me the exact truck stop I have to go to and how many gallons I can get there and everything. Complete pain in the ass. So yesterday, their optimizer program went down, malfunctioned, and so I could only get the fuel turned on for a 50-gallon emergency purpose. So I was dead flat on E when I pulled in there. I just looked down at my tank again, and I'm down to a quarter tank already. So I don't know if they got their program fixed or not. I don't have a lot of hours left on my 70 right now, and I'm a little salty.
Says the trainee kicked off the trainer off the truck. It's a wild one. Hold on, I'll sit down and tell you real quick. It's funny.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't hear anything about this. So I don't have a lot of time left on my 70-hour clock. So having to stop a couple extra times to get 50-gallon shots of fuel is leaving me pretty pissed off.
Brenda Jones 6731 says Jesus saves. Queensgate
yes, he does.
1171 says me and my help need to get back on our forklifts to look like we're doing something. There are bigwigs who can look at the cameras in the warehouse.
Yeah, you should film yourself doing a little bit of work, and then put a TV in front of that camera, playing a video of you working the whole time.
His name is Jesus Christ, the living God.
Yep, Jesus saves. I agree.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, okay, so what happened was the trainee was driving okay and the trainer was sitting in the passenger seat right okay. Queensgate 1171 says that would work.
Yep, that's what I would do. You gotta work smart, not hard.
Fighting from Victory says Lord and Savior. Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is God.
Crickets.
Corey Foreman L1Q says, where are you headed?
Hey Corey, I'm heading to Sherman, Texas. So I'm out in North Carolina right now, so I got some miles to drive.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, so the trainer looked right at the trainee while he was driving the truck and he just sneezed on the man and didn't say sorry or nothing.
Oh wow,
Buzz
yeah.
B8229 says drive for both USA Truck and Creek. Our trucks were governed at 62 miles per hour. Is your truck governed?
My truck is governed. I got 65 on the fuel pedal, and I can go 68 on the cruise control. Which I don't understand why they make you have to use a cruise control to go faster.
Says, so two goldfish are in a tank and one turns to the other and says, do you know how to drive this thing?
So I don't understand why you got to have it on the cruise control to go faster than what you can go on the pedal. Because all that does is encourage drivers to use cruise control when they shouldn't be using the cruise control, like on wet roads when it's raining, icy and snowy. That's just it's just a bad idea, you know. And you should be able to go, if they want the truck to go 68, you should be able to go 68 on the pedal. You shouldn't have to set the cruise control to do it. So, yeah, Pop-Tart, that's crazy. I would have beat the shit out of the trainer.
19 says agree 100%.
But I worked for Transport America back in 2010. Their trucks were governed at 62 miles an hour. I don't see many trucks that are governed that low anymore. I remember Prime back in like 2010 days used to go 57 miles an hour. Like, are you kidding me? You know, and they're based out of like Springfield, Missouri too.
Pop-Tart
70 mile an hour speed limit.
So the trainer sneezed on the trainee 5 or 6 times, just kept sneezing on the man and he wiped it off, didn't apologize or anything, just sneezed on the man. Okay, hold it, get funny.
Yeah, I would have spent
Fighting from Victory says ha, ha, ha. Anyway, here's something important. God's word from the book of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and then the Word became flesh.
So, made it. Yeah, Pop-Tart, I'd probably be spending a little time in the county jail if somebody ever did that shit to me. I'd straight up beat their ass. No two ways about it. And I'd make a video out of it and get some money too.
M. Parker 635 says amen.
All right, so just a heads up, if I do lose my signal when I'm going over that mountain range near Asheville, North Carolina, I probably won't be able to restart it at that time. So if that does happen, I will probably just wrap this live stream up at that point. I cannot hold the phone, play with the phone when I'm going on a highway, and there won't be anywhere to pull off around there either. So we're just gonna see what happens when we get there. Hopefully I'll have signal through it all, but it's a pretty desolate area. I think that area got ravaged by
Corey
a hurricane a couple of years ago.
Says truckers make the world go around, they're needed badly.
Oh, they sure do.
Gone Trucking says, so he sneezed on about 5 or 6 times, right? So what happened was that trainee didn't say anything, so he just kept driving the truck, right? So here is what the trainee did. Fighting from Victory says Jesus came to earth and lived as a human being. He lived perfectly sinless, and then eventually he died brutally on the cross for you to pay the price for your sins.
Yeah, I'm aware of the story, Fighting for Victory. So not to give you a hard time or anything, but you know, you've said the same stuff about 6 or 7 times, so you know, I talk about something else too. So, but if I do lose my signal on this stream, I'm going to try to do another one a couple hours after this one ends anyways. So, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It should give you an alert.
Stay safe out there, John.
Got it, Corey. Appreciate you, man. I sure will. But yeah, I'm going to try to run this one for 2 to 3 hours altogether, as long as my signal cooperates. Then I'll have to,
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, so the trainer decided that he was going to take a nap in the sleeper after just sneezing all over that man, so he fell asleep and the trainee pulled over to the side of the interstate.
Nice.
Fighting from Victory says the wages of sin is death and eternal separation from God. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. This necessitates your need for Him and His finished work. Please accept Him, He is true. M. Parker 635 says, for God so loved the world, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. BuzzB 8229 says FFB, take a break already. Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, now mind you that it's snowing outside in a blizzard on top of Donner Pass about 2 o'clock in the middle of the night.
It sucks to be the trainer that gets booted out of the truck in that mess. When I drove team doubles, we were out going to we went to Sacramento, and this idiot co-driver of mine comes out and he's like, oh, you're not gonna like this. It's like, well, why'd you do it then? And then he's like, oh, we got to go back to Reno. I'm like, you realize it's gonna take us 8 hours to go 130 miles, you know, and our mileage pay, I mean, seriously, we're gonna not make shit, and the equivalent of about, I don't know, $5 an hour while we're chaining up, going 10 miles an hour to 2 feet of snow.
Whoever believes in Him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only Son of God.
All right, so I do believe in God. I am baptized. I am confirmed, but you know, you guys are definitely definitely getting annoying at this point. So.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, so it's freezing out and the trainer is sleeping, so he slammed on brakes and woke up the trainer, and he told him that he hit something and the back of the trailer is damaged.
So he got out to go check it and he just ditched his ass on the side of the highway. That's awesome. Not sure what kind of vehicles in front of us.
He says the truck drives so smooth.
Yeah, it's got more to do with the road I'm on than the truck. If I was in Indiana right now, you probably wouldn't even be able to see what was up in front.
Tuesday, August 25th, 4:05, 2025. Fighting from victory says even the demons believe and tremble. Sorry to disturb you, perhaps you needed a reminder. God is real, particularly the God of the Bible. He loves you and is calling you to repent of sin and follow him.
Cerebellum, it's actually 2026, not 2025. Sorry to be that prude guy pointing it out, but I had to.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, so the trainer jumped up out of his sleep without no clothes barely and got to the back of the trailer, and the trainee left him in the blizzard on top of Donner Pass to feed the bears.
Wow. Yeah, he's probably gonna get in some trouble for that too, but it's still funny though. Right 2 lanes closed, merge left 6 miles. Okay. So I had this vehicle in front of me with these flashing lights on. I don't know if it's a construction vehicle.
Says left his trainer on the side of mountain in the middle of the night for bear food.
Yep. What ended up happening? I mean, I imagine the trainee probably got fired for doing that too, but he didn't really have much of a choice anyway, so. I mean, it could be an oversized load in front of me up there. I don't know if you can see it well on the video, but most places you can't drive an oversized after sundown and before sunset. So, but I see it in Illinois all the time.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, I have no idea what happened. Corey Foreman L1Q says, the road that never ends. M. Parker 635 says, can this Hellcat go any faster? Buzz B8259 says, are you on I-40 driving through the Smokies?
I am on I-40 driving through the Smokies, so very observant of you. So, gonna have to go, what is that? Is that Black Mountain? That's through Asheville there.
Pop-Tart Gone Trucking says, but imagine a stranger just looking you right in your eyes and just sneezing on you. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, I can imagine I'm gonna elbow him in the face.
Says, I'm falling asleep behind the wheel.
Better pull over then, M. Parker. Yeah, not driving the Hellcat right now, so driving a semi-truck, so this is as fast as she'll go. Yeah, maybe that's like a garbage truck in front of me.
M.
About a quarter mile behind.
35 says pull over. I need some coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull over and take a leak here at some point because I already drank all the coffee. It wants to be free again. I should probably do it before I hit this mountain range because there won't be probably anywhere to stop around there. I'll have to hold this for another hour and a half.
M. Parker 635 says they got you too higher governed.
Yeah.
Jimbo QD5 says who else is boonin'?
Got 68 on the cruise control, 65 on the pedals. So that's all this truck's got under the current settings.
Pop-Tart Don Trucking says someone you know sneezing is no, I'm not cool with that, but a complete stranger and doing it on purpose. Wow, I agree with you all the way.
Yeah.
Corey Foreman L1Q says that's good they are governed.
Yeah, just about all the trucks are governed in some shape or form out here. Every once in a while you might have a owner operator that has his own authority that keeps it ungoverned, but all right, so still can't make out what type of vehicle this is in front of me. Do have forward facing radar. They're going about 62, 63, going 68 right now. Looks like we're heading into this construction zone.
635 says we gotta go back to the good old days, going 80 miles per hour and doing the white line all the way through.
Yeah, there's a lot less traffic on the road now.
Says 76.
It looks like we're gonna lose the right lane here, so I'm gonna back off. I wanted to get in front of this guy, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do it.
Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67.
Six, 7. Yeehaw. Yes, this looks like a dump truck in front of me, maybe. Construction vehicle. Looks like we got 2 lanes closed up here. Glad I'm hitting this overnight.
635 says 20-mile drag race.
Yeah. A 20-mile slow race. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find somewhere to drain the main vein. I think I'm actually am I close to the Asheville right now?
Corey
yeah.
L1Q says back in the early 80s my father used to drive a rock truck and he used to drive really, really fast as well.
Oh yeah, all them guys did back then. It was like the Wild Wild West for trucking back in the 70s and 80s.
Trucking says, wow, that is slow. We run our trucks 75. Well, triple digit. They are not governed. They are powerful and they don't complain. They just drive the trucks, no problem.
Yeah.
Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67.
Right,
Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67.
Cerebellum, what are you doing? It's kind of annoying.
Says 67.
Please stop.
Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67.
You got Tourette syndrome or something?
Cerebellum says 676. Cerebellum says 67. Pop-Tart Gun Trucking says we do not have any trucks running underneath 75.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Parker 635 says 6,969.
All right, so climbing some hills here. Got 2 lanes closed down to single lane. I think Pigeon National. No, I read that wrong. Piscataway National Forest. Well, looks like they got some construction maybe here. So. I'm only going 43 miles up the.
I typed all those at the same time. Sorry.
I'm only 43 miles an hour right now. I only got 25,000 pounds of weight in the box, which is a little more than about less than half of what I could have in here. So I got a pretty light load, and I'm still only going 42 miles an hour up this hill, so pretty sure we're at the bottom.
SKP3CZ says Sasquatch from Canada says good morning EH. Pop-Tart Gone.
Good morning, Canada.
Says, no, you didn't. You did it on purpose.
So, but yeah, 40 miles an hour now climbing this hill. I'm pretty sure I'm at the bottom of this.
Corey Foreman L1Q says thanks for taking us along for the ride, John.
Oh, you got it. Thanks for joining in, Corey. Appreciate you guys checking out my live stream, and appreciate your chats and comments and conversations, everything too. Definitely keeps it interesting going down the road. Gives me something to do. Helps pass the time.
8229 says, have you ever had to use a runaway ramp?
No, never. Yeah, should never have to either. I can't even imagine, if I had an older truck, the engine brakes in these trucks now are so good, I almost don't even need to use my brakes going down a big mountain at all. So the reason they have those runaway ramps is back in the day, your brakes would heat up if you overuse them. They'll start smoking, they'll eventually catch on fire, or if you heat them up enough, they'll just quit working. And I'm trying to think of the term. Oh, they're cleaning this construction up here. Sweet. All right, maybe we got 1 lane to the right now. I only got 1 car behind me, amazingly, after going 40 miles an hour up here. So we'll let them get around me here. So it's like a reverse fail system they built for the brakes nowadays, where I have to have air to release the brakes, if that makes any sense. So if I lose my air tanks, if I lose my air compressors, I don't lose my brakes. If I lose my compressors, I cannot release my brakes. The truck will not move. So if I lose my air going down a highway, the brakes will just lock up, eventually bring me to a stop. Back in the day, it was the other way around. If you lost your air, you were screwed. I think even back in the 60s and 70s, even the windshield wipers functioned by using air. And if you lost a windshield wiper like airline, you lost your brakes too. So back in them days when the one guy was talking about his father was driving in the 80s, it was probably not that. It probably had a reverse fail system in place by then, but these guys in the 70s, 60s, 70s going.
Says, I'm married. Truck driver, right? And you wouldn't believe what my husband said about drivers at the truck stop. The new trend going around.
What's the new trend?
M. Parker 635 says ABS lockup.
Yeah, so back in the 60s and 70s, though, when these guys were ripping 80 miles an hour down the highway, if they lost an airline,
676,767.
If you lost an airline going,
says 6,767. Cerebellum says 67.
Well, if you lost like an airline on your windshield wiper, you lost your brakes. You're pretty much dead meat. So definitely trucking's come a long way over the years. A lot of creature comforts nowadays. I mean, driving a truck nowadays is nothing like what it used to be. I mean, this used to be one of the toughest gigs, period. End of story.
Cerebellum says.
I mean, just to even, like, we didn't even have cell phones until, what, the 90s or something? So you'd have to pump $10 in quarters.
Says, hi, Papa.
$10 in quarters in the phone just to call home or whatever back. And that was like all the way up into the early 90s or whatever. So, all right, I am definitely going to have to find somewhere to use the restroom at. I might have to hold it now for like another hour. I'm pretty sure I'm in this mountain range here. What do we got here? I'm seeing some crashes on my map here.
Corey Foreman L1Q says, yes, I'm glad trucking has improved.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if I could have done it back in the day. I mean, I'm pretty tough, but I don't know if I'm that tough. It took some grit back in the 60s, 70s, even in the 80s to
Cerebellum says
do this.
67. Cerebellum says 67.
Cerebellum, can you please stop?
Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum says 67. Cerebellum
Black Mountain,
says
that's
67.
All right, Cerebellum, I'm going to get pulled off to use the restroom here, and I'm going to silence you for the rest of the night. So.
M. Parker 635 says, I don't know about 1930s, where they only had a heat box, but 70s and 80s, I think I could do it.
Yeah, I don't know. They used to not even have air seats either. They would just have a bench seat. So, I mean, I couldn't even imagine.
8229 says, good call.
Yeah, these bench seats and just, I mean, truck suspensions are nothing like car suspensions. I mean, hitting some of these bad roads, even with my air seat, just absolutely rocks me. So I could not even imagine what it would be like not having an air seat and, wow, yeah, just destroy your back. And my back's already destroyed. And I've never had to deal with that kind of a rough ride before. Hey, if you're just joining in, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
67. Corey Foreman L1Q says the 80s were rough. Cerebellum says 67.
All right, Sarah, when I get stopped, I gotta send you away for the rest of the night. Sorry. All right, gotta find an exit or rest area up here. I have not started Black Mountain yet, but it is coming up here. Hopefully my signal.
Trucking says, Sarah, you're being disrespectful.
Agreed. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do come on several times a week.
John Trucking says, just a Karen.
Yeah, maybe. You might be right, Pop-Tart. Well, yeah, getting ready to kind of coming up on this Black Mountain.
7695 says agree. M. Parker 635 says seats. My grandfather used to drove on milk crates as seats. M. Parker 635 says lol, just kidding.
All right, so we're quickly approaching the base of this huge mountain I'm going to have to climb. I really hope I keep a signal through here.
Cerebellum says 67.
Wish I would have maybe started my shift a little later so I had some daylight to do this mountain range, but it'd be cool to keep a signal through here so you can see all the tight turns and curves. And
Cerebellum says 67.
all right, I'm gonna try to hit that next exit, and if I can, and take a piss here and make some adjustments on the settings on this live stream. You know what I mean.
Timothy Clark 7695 says Cerebellum chill out. Buzz B8229 says I have liked and subscribed.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get up. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of videos or viewings in the last
Corey Foreman
year.
L1Q says, have you ate breakfast yet?
No, I haven't ate anything yet today, so
Bill McNally 64 says, what are you driving?
I'm in a 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. All right.
Cerebellum says, sorry. I thought I was funny 67.
Yeah, well, it wasn't funny at all, Sarah. All right, 2 miles.
Cerebellum says, yes, he is driving.
But yeah, trying to get the my subscribers and viewing hours up so I can get monetized.
Timothy Clark 7695 says L just subscribed.
Thank you. Yeah, so at the end of February, they're going to double the amount of hours you need, like, viewed in 365-day period, and
Corey Foreman L1Q says that's a really nice truck.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just got in it a couple weeks ago, so it's got about a little less than 150,000 miles on it right now. So it is pretty nice, pretty clean. So I just scratched up a little on the bumpers and stuff. So people, some drivers just aren't very good at not hitting stuff. So, and it's not even like, I mean, a 1.5 year old truck, and it's already got scratches and stuff on it. Like, kind of horrible. All right, I'm gonna try to hit this exit here.
Queensgate 1171 says we emptied trash cans in the warehouse. Now we're back on another break.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I would like working midnight shift in a warehouse for sure. Put my time in when the bosses ain't around. So, but everybody likes to micromanage and stuff nowadays. So, with them cameras and everything. All right,
Cerebellum
take
says
a
I
here.
subscribe.
Thanks, Cerebellum. Still gotta silence you for the remainder here, though. All right. Been a while since I had to do this. So. All right, sorry, Cerebellum. I'm gonna silence you just for the next 24 hours. So.
Buzz B8229 says by Sarah.
No, just.
Michael Suter 3065 says I subscribed.
Oh, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, at the end of February, I dropped my microphone too.
M. Parker 635 says I seen the new Volvos. They look pretty cool. Never drove a Volvo. Only had opportunity to drive Kenworth and Freightliners.
Yeah, I drove a Volvo last year. I got out of it in October. The one I had was like a Mini Cooper version, and it was not a nice Volvo. But I seen a couple of them parked next to me a couple days ago, and man, they look pretty tough, man. They look pretty sweet. The new Volvos, the big ones, anyways. I had a smaller sleeper version. It was very, very uncomfortable. So. All right, let's see what we got here. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Hopefully I don't get eaten by a bear. All right, back. All right, I heard a couple messages while I was out of the truck here. Yeah, it's being on the shoulders, not ideal, but being on the shoulder of an exit ramp is a lot safer than being on the shoulder of the actual interstate. So.
BuzzB 8229 says just watering the flowers, I bet.
Yep.
Michael Sluter 3065 says LMAO, you're the man.
Well, I got this huge mountain range. It's going to not be quick going through, so there's really not going to be anywhere else to stop for like at least the next hour. There's no way it's going to be able to hold it for an hour. Well, it seems like taking some pressure off my bladder helped my sinuses clear up a little bit too. It might just be the up and down these mountains here. Oh man, I was all stuffy when I woke up today, so hopefully I'm not coming down with something. Don't want to get that corona. I want to get that COVID.
Michael Sluter 3065 says safe travels, buddy.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you, man. Just gonna get going here in another minute. Got to check some a couple messages here. My buddies are driving, probably wondering what the heck I'm up to.
8229 says yep, know that range well. Creed loves sending me there often.
Yeah, I haven't been out this way in a long time, so.
Timothy Clark 7695 says my whole family been trucking over 3 generations.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I wish I would have got into it sooner. I didn't get my CDL until I was about 27. And I didn't start driving until I was, let's see, 29 years old. So
I'm in Indiana right now. And,
sorry, checking my Facebook here. Gotta respond to some comments real quick. Notice how I do all my cell phone stuff when I'm pulled off the side of the highway here. So do not use my phone going down the highway. All right.
Corey
Whoops.
Foreman L1Q says, so how long have you been driving?
I've been driving for almost 20 years. So I'd estimate, it's not really a number I keep solid track of, but about maybe 1.8 million miles in, no preventable accidents or incidents in that amount of time. So all right, getting back on the road in a moment here. Just gonna check a couple other things.
Corey Foreman L1Q says that's a long time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long though. So, I mean, being I have to do something for work and a paycheck and all that stuff, I'm glad this is what I do. So, all right, we're good to get back on the road here. Well, let me check my battery before we get moving. See where I'm at on my phone here. Well, yeah. Probably if my signal lasts through this mountain range.
Bus B8229 says congrats. Here's to your next 1.8 mil miles.
Yeah, thanks, Buzz. Appreciate it, man. Dude, I have a blast out here, man. I love what I do. I used to work at a truck stop when I was in high school, fueling trucks and taking, emptying the trash cans out and everything. And, where'd I put my seat cushion in there? Oh, no, I hope it didn't fall out. But yeah, I wish I would have, I didn't even, think about.
Timothy Clark 7695 says honest money and keeping America supplied.
Yep, and a lot of fun and adventure too. I mean, I must have dropped my seat cushion outside of the truck there. Oh, that sucks. All right.
8 miles ahead. Use the left 2 lanes to stay on I-40 West.
Getting into this mountain range here. It's been a long time since I've been here. I can't remember. I think it's maybe a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit or something through here. Can't quite remember. But we got a few miles till we start dealing with this. Probably going to wrap the live stream up if I hold the signal through this whole mountain range. On the other side of it, my battery is more than halfway down. So, which I've been on for almost 2 hours, so it's not doing horrible. But what I'm going to do is when I do end this live stream in, 45 minutes or an hour.
Says hi.
Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm going to charge the phone up and then come back on with another one a couple hours after this one ends. But hopefully I'll get another 45 minutes to an hour out of this one. So I should be back on, like I said, a couple hours when I wrap this one up for another couple hours. I should be able to come back on again early AM tomorrow, possibly for two different sessions tomorrow. So I'm trying to get a lot of, and trying to get monetized on the YouTube so I can recover some of my expenses. I don't know that I'll ever make enough money on here to, write home about, but I do spend, thousands of dollars on multiple phones, a couple $100 a month for data plan. I got this Insta360 camera I'm actually got set up and running for the first time. So
says, well, have a good night and trip.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for checking out the live stream. But at the end of February, YouTube's doubling the amount of hours you need viewed in a 365-day period. And if I don't hit it before then, there's a pretty good chance I never will. So, and all the short videos I put up, they don't give me any time credit for any of those videos being watched either. So, pretty frustrating. So, I am monetized on Facebook, so I do get some of my expenses offset with that. But like I said, I don't think I'll ever make any income off of this. But if I could keep buying new equipment when it breaks and get that shit covered, then I'm a pretty happy camper. So. Well, I'm hoping I keep a signal through this mountain range. It should be some pretty cool driving, especially at night with all the curves and everything. So I can't believe I lost my seat cushion. Son of a gun. I just got that thing. It was like 30 bucks. Maybe I threw it somewhere and didn't realize where I put it. I'm not feeling it laying around anywhere, though. All right, we're inside the Asheville city limits now, so. Well, got my fingers crossed. I'll keep a signal through this. $60-mile-an-hour speed limit right now.
Where is this?
I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. So.
BuzzV 8229 says people thank our truck drivers when you can. I'm a retired Air Force member and former truck driver and stop by the local truck stop and offer a free Subway sandwich to these guys and gals.
Oh, Buzz, that's awesome, bro.
The
Thank you.
Rod says I've been there.
Thanks for your service, Buzz. Where are you from, Buzz? Where you live?
Buck 8,229 says Pensacola.
Oh, nice. Big bump. Oh, a little big bump. So,
Parker 635 says, have you ever pissed on the side of the road? And some random person sneaks up on you and asks for ride. Happened to me.
no.
Scared the S out of me. I was listening scary stories about skinwalkers. The mascot says, where you headed?
Heading to Sherman, Texas. Yeah, M. Parker, I've never had anyone sneak up on me, which is good because I'd probably end up peeing all over myself, but that would definitely suck. Especially if you're, when the person snuck up on you, if it was dark out when you're doing all that, man. That'd be pretty funny if I wasn't the guy peeing at the time, so. Yes, Asheville, North Carolina was in the news. I think there was a hurricane a couple years ago that caused massive flooding and took out a large portion of this town. Just complete devastation.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Rick. How you doing, bud? So currently on Interstate 40, heading westbound right now in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know if it's Asheville, Asheville. Got some pretty crazy curvy mountains to deal with coming up here real shortly. Hopefully I keep a signal through all this. If for some reason it drops out and doesn't reconnect, I will be back on in a couple hours. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It should give you an alert when I do get back on, if that is in fact the case. So
the mascot says you got a long way to go.
I do. I love it. I've just been doing a lot of short trips lately. And get paid by the mile, so the bigger the trips, the bigger the miles, the bigger the paycheck, so, and the happier I am. So, but yeah, I'll probably get there maybe around noon tomorrow, so I won't be able to make it all the way there today. Had about a little less than 1,000 miles to go when I started my shift today, so, and a low hour situation too. Let me see. I only have 9 hours and 20 minutes left on my 70-hour clock right now. I do get 9 hours back again at midnight tonight. So, working a recap. I gotta watch my speed here. I keep getting up to over 65, and that's gonna get me in trouble. Speed limit's only 60 through here. And I'm pretty sure the speed limit's going to be going down to about 40 for good. I can't remember how long this mountain range is, 25, 30 miles. I saw a deer off to the right of the highway there, off in the brush. So definitely going to have a lot more wildlife in these parts than I usually deal with. So hopefully I won't run into any of that.
Lovely Locomoth 2414 says where you at? And where you headed?
I'm in Asheville, North Carolina right now, heading to Sherman, Texas. So I think I'm gonna this lane. The next major city outside of here is probably going to be Knoxville, Tennessee. Now I have to go through Nashville, then Memphis, and I'll be into Arkansas. Not sure how far I'm going to go today. I do have a low hours situation here, so I don't have to push it super far, because once again I'll be in a low hour situation again tomorrow as well. So all right, which lane's gonna end here?
2414 says my husband Texas is well, Temple, Texas, or something like that, then Oklahoma.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like driving out in them parts, so. It's warm there, though. I looked at the temperature.
8229 says, if I recall correctly, you should have a tunnel coming up in the next 30 miles.
Yeah, I do remember there's at least one tunnel through here. Not sure what that's going to mean for my signal. I know my signal, if it cuts out, I'll try to reconnect, and a lot of times does, but I really don't know what to expect up here. I mean, it might just be non-existent for a good stretch. I'm really hoping it hangs on, because I think it'll be some pretty good footage going through here. I mean, if you look at this mountain range on a map, I mean, it's like, wow, that's some crazy stuff. Yes, at a temperature.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, do you like driving in California or not?
I do actually. Yeah, I do actually like driving in California. I've not been to California in a big truck since 2012. So the company I just signed on with, started a couple weeks ago, does run all 48 states. So I'm hoping to make it out there sometime. So. Now, Northern California in the wintertime, not my favorite cup of tea for sure. I've done it. I've had to chain up going over Donner twice in one shift back in 2007. I won't chain up anymore, though. I got nothing to prove. I'll just park it. I'll park the truck for a couple days if I have to wait for a storm to pass. But yeah, definitely miss driving out those ways. And it's usually a huge trip going in and a huge trip coming back out. So even though the speed limit's only 55 for big trucks out there, I still don't mind it at all. So, and everybody always complains about the DOT and everything out there. And I can tell you, it's no different there than it is anywhere. So. Well, showing I got a weigh station in 2 miles here. So the temperature in Dallas yesterday, the actual temperature, not the heat index, 110 degrees. So they definitely got like a heat dome, heat wave going through the southwest portion of the U.S. right now, and it's crazy. It's not going to be quite as hot as that when I get there. But it's still probably going to be in the low triple digits, 100, 101. Back when I was owner-operator, I didn't have any air conditioning in my owner-operator truck. I did have a generator, so I would have AC when I slept, but when I was driving down the highway, no AC, and I'd be down in Laredo, El Paso, Phoenix, and man, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I got through it.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, do you have a state you don't like to drive in?
Not really just one state. I mean, pretty much the whole northeast section of the country is my least favorite area to drive. Just slow. Oh my gosh, this way station's open. Son of a bitch.
Way station at 999 yards.
Yeah, no pre-pass here either.
M. Parker 635 says, do you got your special tires ready for California?
Probably not. Well, bear with me. I'm going to have to go through this open way station here. No pre-pass on this one.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, my brother is California.
Oh, wow. We're all crossing the scale, too. There's no bypass inside the exit here. Every scale is different. Oh, there is a bypass in here, I guess. We're not going to get it, though. 5 miles an hour. Every way station's a little bit different. Empty trucks, mobile homes, wide loads over 11 feet. Use left lane. Well, we're going to cross the scale. I should not be overweight, but you never know. Do not brake hard on scale. I think we gotta go, well, I gotta stop here. 5 miles an hour. Well, what is this truck doing now? Must be one of those non-domicile fake CDL guys. Well, I guess he didn't really have any other opportunity to pull out. There's nothing but a long line of trucks behind me either. It's, all right, we're through that. Phew. Never know if I'm going to catch some shit with, yeah, I got a camera in my windshield. I got a dash camera in my windshield. I got a camera outside the truck. Somebody's going to pull me in there one day and give me some help. All right. Well, what else is going to drain my hours off my already running low logbook here? Well, I think my signal's still running solid here, so with a little bit of luck, it'll get me through this mountain range here. So I do remember there's not really a lot of areas to pull off or park or truck stops or anything. I gotta watch my fuel too.
Fox 20 FMJ says, looks like road work will be talk about bad luck.
Yeah.
M. Parker 635 says, don't look suspicious when crossing the scale law.
Yeah, no shit. It's like, I just gotta remember to breathe and not hold my breath for 2.5 minutes and die.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, Tennessee and Virginia are beautiful to drive through with the mountains.
Oh yeah, but they're busy, man. I-81 up in Virginia, man, that whole thing is a freaking nightmare.
M. Parker 635 says McLean is definitely heavy.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got all them frozen foods on there. All right, let's take a look at the navigation here and see.
Fox 20 FMJ says EHHH Rocky and Smoky Mountains are both great, but I prefer the Ozarks. Timothy Clark 7695 says you got that right.
I think we're going to be down a single lane up here when we're doing a lot of this mountain range. But we should be just a few miles outside of it. I think it's called Black Mountain, but heck, I don't even, been so long since I've been through here, I don't even remember.
Johnny B14 says, so we crashed the gate going 98. I said let them truckers roll 10-4.
Well, that guy's in a hurry. Yes, it's weird. I get into some pretty desolate areas where I would never imagine being able to have a cell signal, and it ends up holding up pretty good. And then I get to some major metropolitan areas and got nothing. It just cuts out. And so, not really sure what to expect as far as the signal goes here. Looks like we're at the maybe base of the mountain about right now. Couple miles. It's going to cut hard to the right. This might be like a 45-mile mountain going through here.
Beatbox 20 FMJ says cell network gets overloaded. Go to a NASCAR race and try to call someone.
Yeah, it was at a football game, and yeah, it's impossible to get a signal or get them to work because it's overloaded. What time is it? Looks like it's about 5 in the morning Eastern time right now.
Timothy Clark 7695 says they are expanding I-81 in some spots, but they need to do all of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of areas in the country that should have been 3 lanes wide 30 years ago, and they still.
Tom Winkle N1F says, where we headed, John?
I am heading to Sherman, Texas today. I'm in North Carolina right now. Yeah, pick this up in
Timothy Clark 7000
around Statesville.
95 says you got that right.
All right. It's gonna get curvy. I wish it was daylight out right now. I'd be able to take this a little quicker. Running out of hours and need to not leave any time on the table today, tomorrow, or well, really any day. So There's going to be enough
Johnny
winds and
P14
curves
says
here.
by the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of trucks. All right, gonna lose this lane. Yep, there's gonna be so many curvy, windy road path through here. It's probably gonna make me dizzy.
Beatbox 20 FMJ says I remember driving through somewhere in Minnesota. Had to be a DHL or some kind of service BC. It was a huge airport and 8-lane highway with razor wire fencing.
Oh, wow. I've been to the Minneapolis airport a number of times. I used to do a lot of FedEx freight, airport freight, air freight, so. So we're gonna lose the right lane, it looks like, in less than 3 miles here. Hopefully it's not closed for too many miles.
Tom Winkle N1F says Sherman is a nice town for truckers. I hope you don't have to do DFW area. Beatbox 20 FMJ says it went from 4 to 8, and I was like, woo, what's happening?
Yeah, I like driving on that part of Texas, so I'm hoping I get something going through Durant, Oklahoma, so I can stop at the Choctaw Casino and play some poker, but probably won't have time to do that. All right. Hoping this car that's behind me gets around me, because once it loses lane, I'm probably going to be going slower than they'd want to go, so that's why I'm hoping the lane doesn't shut for too long.
Beatbox 20 FMJ says only need one good hand.
Yeah. All right, here comes this car. I'm hoping this right lane's not closed for like 20 miles.
Clark 7695 says what state do you think has nice roads and infrastructure?
You know, I haven't been to the, I've been running mainly eastern half of the country for the last 10 years or so, so I haven't been out west in a while, but I don't know who has the best roads.
20 FMJ says Colorado.
I can tell you Indiana's got the worst roads, so. All right, should be losing this right lane in about
20 FMJ
a mile
says
here.
Mary Jane wonders. M. Parker 635 says better have 2 spare tires. You're going through Indiana.
Yeah, you almost need a spare vehicle.
M1F says the casino truck stop at south end of Choctaw pays better.
Yeah, I spent some time in Choctaw. That's one of my more favorite places. Even downstream over in near Joplin, Missouri, is a lot of fun. So, all right, come on, people, get around me.
7695 says I was going to say Colorado. Myself, my brother always loves driving through Colorado. Vende HO 419 says that I the smoker.
Yeah, I remember going to Colorado back in 2009. I think it was March of 2009. And there was a huge blizzard coming in, and I remember seeing literally watching the blizzard come over the mountain As we're all stopped on the highway, people trying to
Beatbox 20 FMJ says
get off the road.
Okay. Savannah Ga is a fun trip or Hot Springs AR.
Yeah, I like driving down there, so. All right, got some construction here. Hopefully this lane's not closed for too long. That's why I love what I do. I get to go everywhere, see everything. Every once in a while I get a chance to stop and enjoy the local scenery and everything, so. We're only going 46 miles an hour right now, 47. Getting pretty narrow up here.
2 miles ahead, use the left 2 lanes to stay on I-40 West.
Well, I got one car coming up on me behind me right now. Hopefully this construction ends soon. That way, if we get into the windy, curvy section of this.
J5Z says I would be scared driving behind you. Timothy Clark 7695 says Montana beautiful scenery and a lot open country.
Oh, Montana's.
Fox MJ says if you're ever in Jonesboro, Arkansas, stop at the Hilton Garden Inn. He'll give ya a good deal.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind. I've been through there a few times this year already. All right, that construction is over.
Use the left 2 lanes to stay on I-40 West.
Yeah, Montana's, man, probably the most scenic state I've been through. I'm not, I'm not I don't go fishing very often. I don't go camping very often, but probably the last time I was up that way was probably about 2012-ish or so. And, man, I just wanted to like grab a tent and go out of the woods, do some fishing, kind of go off grid. And
Beatbox 20 FMJ says we get a lot of CLC people.
Use the left 2 lanes to stay on I-40 West.
but yeah, that blizzard I went through, and I was coming into Denver when that blizzard was coming over the mountain.
Timothy Clark 7695 says you got that right, beautiful.
So about 2 miles from the exit I was going to get off at to park for this blizzard, it ended up being gridlock, came to a standstill. Everybody was trying to get off the road, and it got bad quick. I mean, it got bad. And it took about 2.5 hours to go that 2 miles to get into the truck stop. There were people abandoning their cars in the middle of the intersection, like of a traffic light, and it was insane. And that was on a Friday. And then on Sunday, it heated up to 70 degrees. So all of us we were playing poker inside the truck stop, inside the Country Pride restaurants at the TA, Travel Centers of America. Whole group of us in there. I mean, it was really weird. I've never had an experience like that ever since then, where it's just the same guys, 10, 12 of us hanging out. We went down, a group of us went down to a bar, took a taxi a couple miles away on Saturday, shooting some pool. Sunday morning, or Sunday, 70 degrees out. We all threw 20 bucks in.
695 says man it can.
Went, bought a couple $100 worth of meat and hamburgers, and everybody pulled their grills out. And keep in mind, it was just a blizzard before, and 70 degrees on the Sunday. And then Yeah, I couldn't make my pickup on Friday, so they had to pull the load from me when the blizzard came in. So I had to sit there for the whole weekend. Didn't get another load until Monday morning. And wouldn't you know it, there was another snowstorm that hit Monday morning. Another 6 to 8 inches on the ground before I even got my load to get out of there. It was a very, very surreal experience. But pretty memorable. Never ran into any of those ever again since then. It was the only time. But very, very cool experience. Amazing how I meet in a day, week, month, year. It's just a 100% chance, random encounter that I'll never see or speak to ever again for the rest of my life. So, well, these mountains are good for clearing the sinuses up. Clear them out. Oh, I almost got it out. Oh, there it goes. Get the ears to pop finally. Oh, it feels good to be able to breathe through the nose again. Got 57 degrees on it right now. Wow, getting a little brisk out here.
BuzzB 8229 says thanks for sharing that story. Feel like I was there.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while either. So it was, man, it was a fun weekend. Even though I didn't get paid a dime.
Lovely Lokama 2414 says, where you at?
I'm just outside of Asheville, North Carolina right now. Heading to Interstate 40 westbound on my way to Sherman, Texas. If you're just joining in, my name's Johnny Dangerously. I'm an over-the-road truck driver in the United States. Been driving truck for almost 20 years now. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do come on live streaming several times a week. Put a lot of other short videos and long videos up as interesting stuff happens. I think I have 11 videos from yesterday.
195 says Texas very hot summers.
Yeah, it was 110 degrees yesterday in Dallas, so I'll be going a little bit north of there, but still probably going to be the low 100s by the time I make it there tomorrow. So. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It was just a bad day to be driving in North Carolina, but man, North Carolina has some bad drivers over in the sections I was at. So I have 11 videos, little clips from my dash cam I got to edit up and get put up. So I got one of them where I noticed there's a North Carolina state trooper in the rest area. I don't know if they're doing inspections in the rest area.
Says my husband is on the road to Texas as well, then Oklahoma.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going when I'm done there, so hopefully they'll send me out west. I won't be going home for a few more weeks, so I have time to run out to the West Coast if they got something out there. So. Oh, this 60-mile-an-hour speed limit is frustrating. I'm in a low hours situation right now. I got 8 hours and 50 minutes left.
7,695 says, I think there is bad drivers everywhere.
Yeah, they're definitely everywhere, but man, there was just so many people like that miss their exits, that come to a complete stop and trying to hit the exit with like no runway in front of them from a dead stop with 60-mile-an-hour traffic coming. That was a couple times. People driving 40 miles an hour on the interstate as I'm going 70, and it's just, jeez. I wonder if they even have driver's licenses, a lot of those people. So I was going past this rest area. There was a state trooper in there. I don't know if they were working the rest area for inspections or not, but while I was looking at that, I didn't notice there was a trooper getting back on the highway from the rest area, and I had a car to my left passing me, and they slowed down as soon as they saw the cops. I couldn't get over left. I got this trooper riding side by side with me, and I'm like, oh, I can't get over. I probably should have slowed down, but I didn't think of it in time, and it was, I thought for sure he was going to pull me over, so I'll get that edited sometime in the next day or two and put that video up. And some interesting commentary to go with that too, so. All right, 50-mile-an-hour truck speed right now. Definitely getting into this mountain range here. It's going to be, there used to be a sign up saying how many miles it was, and I think it's like a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit or a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit for 26 or more miles, maybe 45 or 46 miles. I can't quite remember. But we got some windy, curvy road to deal with for a good stretch here. It's going to eat my clock up. I'm under 9 hours on my weekly clock right now.
77 says, who's worse, Georgia State Police or Arkansas State Police? M. Parker 635 says, Karen, Arizona. They're doing a lot of inspections. They pulled 15 drivers with no CDL.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers like that right now.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, I can tell your phone is glitching.
Is it? Dang it, man. I was hoping to keep a signal through here. Come on, baby. Hang on. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little foggy out down here. Windy, curvy, foggy. It's going to be dangerous going through here. It'd be cool to get some video of it. Now, fog will probably pick up pretty heavy. The camera doesn't pick the fog up as bad as what it really is out here when it gets foggy. So it's not too bad right now. I can tell it's starting to set in. That's probably one of those fake CDL drivers there taking a 10-hour break right on the shoulder. So it's saying I got 13 hours and 40 minutes left to get to my destination. So I get like 9 hours back to work tonight. I got 8 hours and 45 minutes right now. So even when I get done tomorrow, I still only have 4 or 5 hours left on my weekly clock. So looks like we're going to lose the left lane up here.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, right, non-domicile.
Yeah, non-domiciled illegal immigrants with fake CDLs.
Says yes.
Hey, M. Parker, what do you do for work, man? What's your, what field are you in? Ooh, man. bend here. So getting ready for this left lane to close up here. I don't have any traffic behind me right now. That's the way I like it to be. I don't like holding people up unnecessarily, if at all possible. Going 45 miles an hour right now. All right, here comes the left lane ending.
M. Parker 635 says OTR for 5 years, but now it's foods and ass.
Gotcha. Good deal.
M. Parker 635 says I wanna get out. I hate the slave work.
Yeah, I just got out of a shit company. I actually just got up and quit in the beginning of July. I didn't even have another job lined up yet, and I hated it that bad. Just got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't need money that bad.
7695 says non-domicile truckers are fake driver or giving your industry a bad name.
Oh, they really are too. I mean, they're killing people, killing Americans. Absolute bullshit. I don't see how any of it happened in the first place. I mean, never should have gotten to this kid. There's a couple 100,000 of these drivers on the road now. Can't even read, write, speak English, which I'm not. I don't hate on immigrants. I have no problem with legal immigration. But you cannot drive a semi-truck if you can't read, write, or speak English. How do you know what the signs say? No turns here, don't turn there.
7695 says you got that right.
Wow, we're going 25 miles an hour now, so I'm imagining this is a non-domicile in front of us. It's white knuckle motherfuckle right now. I mean, I don't mind being safe and cautious, but this is ridiculous. I got about 10 vehicles behind me now, one truck, the rest cars. And this two trucks up here is holding, effing up the entire order of the universe would be the proper way to say it, I guess. I'm probably going to get hit with a meteor later on today now because of this. 29 miles an hour. Now, I'm pretty sure it's still a 50 mile an hour speed limit for trucks through here. Here we go, picking up speed a little bit here. Well, it looks like I still have a signal so far, at least some of a signal, so I guess some is better than none. Oh, we got that left lane back, so unfortunately trucks are not allowed in that left lane, which never stopped anyone. I got a truck coming around me right now, so I'm gonna have to get around as well, but we got a lot of cars behind him, so one of them could be a cop. I do not want that ticket, so gonna let all these cars pass, and then I'm gonna get around the slow poke up here. Man, there's a lot of traffic behind me now. Not all of them are gonna pass. Back up to 45 miles an hour. 78 miles from Knoxville, so what is it now, 5:30? That's going to put me there at about 7:15 a.m., so hopefully not much of a hang-up for rush hour there. Now I'll be dealing with Nashville right after that, which I'll be on Central Time. I might end up with 2 rush hours in 2 separate major cities for rush hours. Nashville, it doesn't really matter what time of day you go through there. Any daylight hours, you're probably going to get jammed up. All right, I got one more car to come around. I'm light, so we're climbing a hill. I should be able to get around both of these guys. Come on, car.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, do you watch Bonehead Truckers on YouTube?
I think I see a lot of them on Facebook. I think I do follow them on, subscribe to them on YouTube as well. But yeah, I do see some of their videos. So yeah, he did a big analysis of a guy in Columbus, Ohio that killed a few people, about that guy having like a name change, fake ID, bad driving record. He stopped traffic in a construction zone at 70 miles an hour. I think he hit 9 vehicles, killed an entire family in one of those vehicles, a mother, father, and a 1-year-old child. And then, you know, these guys, literally, now the guy that was going slow wants to race me now. How about go for yourself, pal? Yeah, these guys will, you know, they'll bond out and then leave the country and come back in with another identity again, you know, and do it all over again. You know, they're just mass murderers. So the put down on all that, getting rid of non-domiciles across the country, pretty much all of them for the most part. Now there's going to be some good drivers that end up that do have legit licenses that are non-domiciled, which, you know, I feel bad for them, but
Timothy Clark 7695 says, okay, he trying to straighten your industry out and he a trucker too and great to watch.
Yeah, it's you know, what these non-domicile fake CDL guys have done is just egregious. I mean, it's like over the top ridiculous. Like I said, I don't know how. I mean, people that issue these licenses should be going to prison, as should the company officials at the companies that hire these guys. They should be stripped of all their money, their freedom, go to prison. They should be charged with negligent homicide for every person that their drivers have killed. And a lot of these companies that employ these non-domiciled drivers are overseas. They're not even in the U.S. Their dispatch and logistics are done in like Honduras and Kazakhstan.
Buzz B8229 says, agree 100%.
But
you got that right.
so a lot's been done so far. There's still a lot to get all these unsafe drivers off the road. The crazy part about it is like if you're a legit driver, do you have any idea how hard it is to get hired on at a decent company? I mean, the last 2 jobs I've been at, I literally had to take an English test. That's the first thing you do. Take this English and comprehension test. I mean, it's just a sad state of affairs this industry has become over the years.
M. Parker 635 says, I believe 60 Minutes did an episode of these trucking schools.
They absolutely did.
On the test.
They did. That was a great episode, but they only scratched the surface of what was going on. They covered more of the companies and the corporations that were doing this and didn't zoom in on the individual drivers so much.
Timothy Clark 7695 says they did.
Yeah, it was a great episode too. I watched I think most of it. You know, that super ego that you see, if you see those super ego trailers out there, they are a huge offender. You know, those guys are dangerous. I've seen them crash all the time.
77 says, here in UK, we also have many illegal drivers.
Yeah, everybody likes cheap labor, man. You know, these big corporations, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about safety. All they care about is money. And if they can hire a driver for 30 cents on the dollar over what they would normally have to pay, they don't care. I mean, it's
Timothy Clark 7695 says it's got to be fixed.
Yep, like I said, they need to start locking up these corporate people. And it's not just truck driving either. I mean, every, you know, big corporate behemoth in the world is just out to scam their workers, scam their customers. I mean, like, the deck is stacked against working people. I don't know how or why we get treated so bad and end up on the hook for everything. But it's bullshit.
M. Parker 635 says just say dot on the map. Tom Winkle N1F says Tyson would let peons at the bottom take the rap.
Yep.
Joe Mafo 77 says illegal drivers can enter like 9 counties here. What with the Euro tunnel from England to France?
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but, you know, in the U.S., you know, you got the far left versus the far right as far as politics goes. I'm not a very political person. I mean, I pretty much hate all politicians equally. They're all scum. I mean, but it's not the right versus the left. I mean, that's not what the big issue is. It's these big corporations, of the people, by the people, for the corporation. These corporations donate to the left and the right. That way, no matter what, they don't lose. They can't lose. And it ends up being bad for everyone. So your guy might win this time and it'll be good for a while, but then the other guy wins the next time and then it's all bad for you. It's just all the way far extreme one direction and all the way extreme. It's just horrible. It's no way to be. So, but it's all about stealing your money, though. That's what it's all going to boil down to. Is none of us are going to end up with anything. And, no pensions, no retirements,
Timothy
eventually no
Clark,
food, no shelter.
695 says Americans should not be dying because of this. Agree on politics.
Yep. We need to go after people that are like stealing our money. All right, it's 35 mile an hour speed limit here. Dang it, I keep going way over. Definitely gonna be getting a call from my safety guy later.
Don't do, but it's right. Do what buys you out as a politician. Tom Winkle N1F says the crap would stop if they started locking up CEOs.
Yeah, they should. I mean, how do these, go back to that recession back in 2007.
Lane Rodder says good morning, buddy.
Hey, Lane, how are you? Yeah, go back to that recession in 2007. Not a single CEO or executive went to prison for that. Literally stole billions of dollars.
1,695 says agree.
Yeah, stole billions of dollars. And no one goes to prison.
Says, really good. I got to talk to Joey for an hour yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Choose Rogers says executives should go to jail. Agreed.
But if somebody stole a loaf of bread or some milk from a grocery store, they're going to jail. Get arrested, got to post bond. It's crazy. Well, that's a pretty big construction zone over there. Holy crap. What is what? Those can't all be workers over there.
Timothy Clark 7,695 says collapse the housing industry.
Yeah.
Lane Rodder says he was waiting in line, so I had to talk to him.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, Lane. Yeah, all right. So, speed limit is still 35 through here. And
M. Parker 635 says, and they all got bailed out. If that was us, we would be sinking ship.
yeah, well, it's the working people that, like even the poor people now that are like burglars and robbers, you know, they get arrested and they get released with no bond. But working people get arrested and you got to post a huge bond, pay a ridiculous attorney bill. I mean,
Geiger counter DJ Yamaha Croatia says I'm Yamaha. Timothy Clark 7695
Good morning, Yamaha.
Says agree Parker.
All right, I'm going 40 and a 35 here. I'm ready for this construction to be over. Just eating my clocks up, killing me here. Hopefully they get this construction done before winter. This could be a nightmare coming through here if it's I don't see how it's going to be done. Look at all that equipment that was off to the left.
As without you guys. Truckers driving all over America. Without you guys, America would shut down. People don't realize how important your job is.
Yep, thanks. Appreciate that.
135 says I think the housing industry's gonna collapse on its own.
Well, I think the whole economy's going to collapse, to be honest with you. I mean, just, you know, inflation, it's just killing everybody. I mean, I'm making pretty much the same money I was making back in 2016, except buying power is like eroded.
Timothy Clark 7695 says agree.
All right, getting ready to go through this tunnel here. Be curious to see if I lose the signal when we go through here. Who's highway patrol? I am definitely going downhill now. Pretty narrow lanes right here. Come on, waiting for this construction to be done. There's a massive construction zone here. I mean, hundreds of vehicles that were off on the far left when we were coming down through here. Got a couple of semi trucks behind me right now, but pretty much that's about it. So the AI and scanners they have any
695 as you cut out in the tunnel.
Cool. Well, it sounds like it's back now. Hopefully it'll hold up for the remainder of this mountain range here. Been pretty good so far, I think. I can't really tell how good or bad the video quality is as it's streaming, so sometimes it'll say reconnecting with a little spin on the screen, but yeah, this is a massive construction zone here. They must be blasting some more of this mountain away to maybe add some more lanes in here or something, so pretty narrow through here. Not a lot of wiggle room.
Timothy Clark 7695 says not good right now.
Yeah, we're in some thick mountain ranges right now. So these trucks have, I got forward-facing radar in here. I can see how fast the traffic in front of me is going when I'm within range of them. But I also got overspeed and stuff on here too. There's AI with these truck computers interacts, and so if I go too much over the speed limit, I get dinged from my safety guy. So wow, that is just crazy. You probably can see off down into the left there, but Yeah, there's no way this construction is going to be done before winter. Still only got 2 semi trucks behind me through all of this. Debris covering side radar. Side guard not available. Whew, I'll be happy to be out of this zone ASAP. Come on. Man, I don't imagine the non-domicile drivers do very well driving through this section. Can't imagine what it's going to be like on this stretch during the winter with those fake CDLs driving around out here. The guys behind me probably think I'm one of the non-domiciles right now.
Timothy Clark 7695 says you got that right.
Man, I'm just thinking about when somebody does crash on this stretch here, how long it would take them to clean it up and get it back open again. This is nightmarish right here.
695 says how many miles is the pass?
I didn't see the sign at the beginning of it that now it's been a while since I've been through here. They used to have a big sign up saying how long it was. I'm not entirely certain. I'm going to say 30 to 40 maybe. Got a little more room off to the right now. It's probably not going to last very long though. Yeah, the last time I went through here, it definitely was not under construction like this. I mean, there used to be 2 lanes going each direction. It looks like they got the whole other side completely torn up. Like even the ground that the highway used to be on isn't even there anymore. I don't know. Well, I did see the circle thingy losing connection here, so. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. You should get an alert when I come back on. I just have a feeling the signal's just going to get worse and worse.
1F says I used to love Black Mountain. I stayed in Texas mostly my last 5 years. I bought a 99 W900L with no region or me logs.
Oh, nice.
A triple-digit truck. I had a blast hauling frac sand in the oil fields. Retired.
Nice, that's awesome, man. Nice truck. All right, what does this say? Weight limit.
Tom Winkle N1F says thanks.
All right, come on, construction zone. I've had enough of you for today. Still got a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit through here. Welcome Center. I'm gonna try. Probably not much parking in there. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna wrap this live stream up before the signal cuts out and I'll lose it entirely. Except it says no trucks here, so won't be going in there to wrap it up. So that's some welcome center. Thanks, Tennessee.
Timothy Clark 7695 says it's been going a while.
Yeah, it's been a fun live stream this morning. So lots of people on here commenting and chatting, and I've had a blast. So once I get my phone charged up and take my lunch break, I'll jump back on here hopefully for a couple more hours. I could just kind of estimate it, but let me see what time is it now. 7, probably 2.5 hours after I wrap it up, maybe.
95 says it's been fun.
Yeah, these live streams are kind of hit and miss. Sometimes I don't get very many people on here commenting at all, and then other times I get a bunch of people, and it's definitely more fun when there's a lot of people on here, and it helps me pass the time, makes it less boring out here. Hey, we're out of the construction there, and 55-mile-an-hour speed limit here. I still only had 2 trucks and maybe a third truck back there now, but he's kind of far back. So 55, we're going to increase. 45-mile-an-hour curve coming up. That's Old Dominion freight lines there.
Joe 77 says great channel, man. Coming from London, UK.
Oh, good morning, London. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for the kind words. Big curve coming up here. Put the engine brakes on. There's an Estes, so you know those guys are waiting to get around me. Those are doubles trailers there. So like I said, probably 10 minutes-ish or so. I'm going to wrap this live stream up. I'll get my phone charged up so I can come back on in a couple hours. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. There should be some kind of an alert, or you'll be able to see when I go live if you hit that. So I'll be back on early AM again tomorrow as well, barring anything unforeseen. It's hard for me to put a schedule up.
695 says never been to London, would like to go sometime.
Yeah, I always thought it would be cool to go to London. And I ran into a guy.
77 says London is fantastic.
I ran into a guy from London. This was more than 10 years ago now. I was in Olive Branch, Mississippi, at a bar across the street from the Flying J there. And this guy had the British accent, and I was like, man, I'd like to visit London someday. And he was so negative about it, saying it's, don't waste your time, don't bother. Like he was upset with all the immigrants and people that were in London now or whatever that was different than when he was growing up or whatever. But
Joe Mofo 77 says we have had beautiful weather. No other place to be. In a pub drinking great beer.
yeah, I think it'd be super cool to go there. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get to do some international travel and make it over there. So I'm hoping that maybe someday my social media will be big enough, and I can find like the Travel Channel or something that'll give me a show where I go around the world and try to drive trucks in different parts of the world all over the place. So kind of like Anthony Bourdain with the food, I could be for the trucking or whatever. I can't imagine trying to drive on the other side of the road with the steering wheel on the other side of the vehicle. I don't even know what that'd be like.
Says you're welcome to stay if you ever decide to come over.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I might literally take you up on that.
Says, yeah, there you go. Timothy Clark 7695 says, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it would be super cool. So I'm gonna have to go back up when before I end the live stream and screenshot your username because you might get a message from me.
Says, keep the rubber side down. Thanks for taking us along.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in. You guys have been wonderful. It's been a blast chatting with you guys. Let's get in the lane here. Who is that? That is Averett. Got a 55 mile an hour speed limit. Oh, no, wait, we're 70? My dash is saying 70. Well, I'm going to hit the gas then. Well, I think we're clear of that mountain range now, so. See if I can see what my battery's at here. Oh, yeah, I'm at 11%, so I got to. If I don't cut this out before I lose the battery, I won't be able to set it to public and it'll be lost forever. So.
A message from Green Carrier Corporation. You are entering Tennessee. Tennessee is one of our higher states for speeding citations. Slow down and watch your speed.
All right, let's see this exit up here. Gatlinburg. All right, I'm gonna hit this exit.
Mark 7695 says, nice chatting, Johnny. See you in a bit.
Sounds great. Thanks for joining in, everyone. I'm gonna hit this exit here and wrap this live stream up. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be back on here in a couple hours and we'll chat some more. Let me get over here. Got to get this wrapped up before I lose my battery here.
Timothy Clark 7695 says, I subscribe tonight. Joe Mafo 77 says, great channel, mate. Drive safe, catch you tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone. I will be back on here in a couple hours. Bye for now.